do you think that you guys can actually infiltrate those markets as well, or do you see, maybe some of these giants seeing what you guys are building and trying to replicate and doing their own thing, or are you in talks with some of these bigger airlines?
Yeah. Basically, we don't at this stage we don't see any real competition. I mean, there are some other companies that they're doing like a part of what we're doing, like trying to build a use case, but basically there's nobody that is building like the infrastructure and the use cases, the solutions for the different use cases on top of it, and we are the only one that we are doing this at this stage. What we believe is, and right now we are in discussion with more than 100 airlines, in the US, in Europe, Asia, Middle East, not only in Latin America, and we can imagine that once this is becoming a standard, there might be probably some large carriers that would be tempted of doing, building this kind of technology by themselves. But what we understand is that at that stage, the maturity of what we're doing, is going to be so strong that it will probably would help us to come to them, and they will choose us, because, as I said, what we're doing is there are just some use cases, but on our roadmap, we have a lot of new use cases that are linked to, as I said, converting air tickets into digital assets. That it will be really difficult for a newcomer or for an airline to build all these use cases. It's like, if you think about it, I mean, on top of a token, you can use your NFT ticket as a collateral. I mean, there are endless payment options. I mean, you can even think about it. I mean, if you buy a ticket in advance, you can pay your customers, an interest of that ticket. You know what I mean? Well, the price of that ticket will be dynamic. It taking in mind who would be interested of paying and how much the airlines or other customers are ready to pay for that ticket. So it's basically this is like it's going to take time. But I think that what we are building is gonna totally change the way we travel and the way we believe that. I mean, basically, what we're doing is a better travel. It's in 3, 4, 5, 6 years. Traveling will be totally different of how it is today.
Yeah. And to go on with that, I feel like it's almost like we had DoorDash, right? It's a company that got created that built the infrastructure that, like, if you're a restaurant and you want to get the easiest delivery, of your food to your customers, instead of going out and creating your own app, you're probably just going to go look at, DoorDash and put your restaurant on there and pay the fees and you just, integrate into what they've already built, because like you said, it's infrastructure. And I do think that, this is how legacy companies end up getting disrupted, and is because they're comfortable sitting at the top and sitting where they're at, and they're not really looking to continue to innovate. And then you have a smaller company who's really aggressive in the market, trying to find the bleeding edge technology to really improve, like you said, that customer support. And you kind of answered my question, but I'll kind of toss it, just to kind of get a little bit more maybe meat on that. But how long do you think, or how far away do you think we are from like actually seeing widespread adoption in the travel industry for NFT tickets or digital assets? And do you think that people will even know that they're buying NFTs, or do you think it'll just be just a really smooth user interface, digital asset type thing?
Okay, going back to both of your questions. Basically, what what we are doing on our approach is much more like what we call, a web 2.5, meaning it's extremely important that nobody actually understand what technology they're using, or that they understand that they are, that they're, buying a token and their smart contract. I mean, at the end of the day, you as a customer, as a user, a passenger, what you need is a better experience, and you don't mind what is behind it. If you're on Web3, Web2, Web4, whatever, and that's exactly our approach. You never understand what you're doing. As a matter of fact, for example, in Argentina, Flybondi, basically what they are calling this, the NF ticket, is like a ticket 3.0. And basically what they're saying that this is the best ticket in the world, and this is their marketing. I mean, you have just bought the best ticket in the world, the ticket 3.0. I mean, they never talk about Web3, blockchain, NFTs, whatever. And this is something that I think is really important, not only for TravelX or the travel industry. I think that that's a mindset that the whole Web3 and crypto world should understand. I mean, that instead of keeping, within the Web3 environment, they should, and customer, they should think on the other way. How do I got, that customer that don't even have a bank account, and make his experience much more better that he can get if he goes, I don't know, he's using any crypto exchange or whatever. So that's our approach, and that's what we're doing. And that was the second question. I don't remember the first one. Sorry.
The first one was just time frame of just like, how far away are we?
Okay, I give you an example. Right now, we are implementing, a number of airline that represent 2% of the total global passengers, and that is going to happen in the next quarter. And so basically, we believe that this is going to take probably 5 to 6 years to make the NF ticket like the global standard. And right now we're in conversation that with Airline that represent 34% of the total global passengers. So basically, we believe this is coming. Of course, as always happens on technology adoptions, we're focusing on the early adopters that are mostly, innovative airlines that are, can take that can take a risk, that want to implement and adopt, new technologies, and that's basically where focus is. But we believe that, sooner or later, Delta, United, American, will end up using, our infrastructure, because it's like, if you think about it, it's a no-brainer. I mean,
Yeah.
If you as an airline can deliver a much better customer experience to your customers, at the same time, you can, improve your profits. Why shouldn't you do it?